to initiate me into Bwiti. And on the first day we are treated to a dazzling display of drumming and dancing. The drumming calls spirits from the forest. These are the Makoi, ambivalent figures, at once malevolent and benign. The Babongo's lowly place in Gabonese society means very little interest is taken in their vibrant culture, so visitors get a warm welcome. I go to bed exhilarated. It doesn't last. In 48 hours, 2 people will be dead. My second morning in the Gabonese village of Makoko starts with a display of terrible grief. A young baby and a woman from separate families have died. While the baby's death passes almost unnoticed, the woman's death triggers an extraordinary display of grief. Her children are inconsolable. We pay our respects to the families and offer to leave them in peace, but they say we are welcome to stay and film the funeral. The Babongo believe that the spirit of a dead person will linger in the village and cause harm. The village must be cleansed through drumming, dancing and ritual. Inside the hut, the women wash the body and wrap it in a cloth. Then the men carry it to the graveyard in the forest for burial. The women paint their faces white with kaolin to symbolize purification and dance and sing to put the dead woman's spirit to rest. We feel we are intruding and the village needs to grieve. We try and keep out of the way until the funeral is over. After 3 days and 3 nights of mourning, the funeral is declared over and village life begins to return to normal. The men begin to build me a hut, eager to demonstrate their considerable skills. It's called a tudi, and it's a traditional Babongo hut made entirely from material gathered from the forest around the village. A bent sapling structure overlaid with flat, wide leaves for waterproofing. When these people lived a nomadic life, moving through the forest, this is what they would have lived in. While the tudi is traditionally Babongo, the design of the mud huts is that of their neighbours, the Mitsogo. This shift in architecture maps a transition from nomadic hunter to sedentary farmer. The tudi takes just half a day to make. Just weeding my living room. Those builders, they always leave a mess. The heavens open and my new home is put through its paces. I've only been here a few days, but it's obvious how flamboyant Babongo culture is. There's a ritual for every action. The spirits of the forest must be appeased at every turn. My hut is blessed by the whole village, and I move into my new home.
It's so nice to be here. We spent all day making this beautiful house that I'm sleeping in tonight, and it's been a real communal effort. Men and the women of the village getting together, and And tonight, I left the crew behind and I walked down the hill, and here I am.
Makoko is just 100 miles south of the equator. It's hot, humid, and the air is thick with insects. The forests are malarial, and tiny bugs called faru carry dengue fever. I'm trying to live as the Babongo do, to better understand their lives. So I'm not using a mosquito net or insect repellent. Already it's obvious I'm going to struggle. Gabon is a former French colony. While some of the Babongo speak French, most only speak their own language. Jamika is the son of the recently deceased chief. He was away in town working for a Lebanese company when his father died and is now reluctantly chief in waiting.
Comme tout le monde dit que comme ton père est comme celui qui était chef du village, bon, comme ton père est mort, donc c'est toi qui vas rester toujours dans le travail de ton père pour être chef du village. C'est tout. C'est ça que moi je reste ici toujours.
Jamika and his family will probably leave to find work in the logging camps or the towns. But he is not representative of this village. He has official papers allowing him to work. Most Babongo have no papers and will stay in the forest, hunting and trapping, as change gradually engulfs them.